I organize my files here under James TSG. iPhone, I've got my clips, music, got one song there, PNG, nothing, and I've got my After Effects not in that file. So I'm gonna transfer it to my project. As you can see, PNG didn't have any file there, so what's gonna happen, PNG is not gonna be transferred. So this is my project, so I just drop in there. So all the other 3 files that had any content in it will be transferred, as you can see here. One really cool thing that now that we have all the files transferred is I'm gonna get my music. So I create a sequence here, and this music is about 2 minutes, 2 minutes 51. With Adobe Audition, you can actually stretch this song. So press right click, edit, clip in Adobe Audition. So we've got our music here. If you go to multi-track, and then just name it whatever you want, loop 1, press OK. So you create another loop here, or whatever name you want to give to this song, and we're gonna grab the original music, drag to the loop 1, enable mix. Now we can stretch this song to whatever time we want. It's 2 minutes 51 at the minute. Let's say I want this song to be, I don't know, 20 minutes. Press enter. Now the song is 20 minutes long. You should be able to see you should be able to see all the cats where it joins. So there is one here, and it's very seamless. You can't even see, pretty smooth. I'm going to go to another this point here again. Very, very smooth. We'll go a little bit towards the end now. It's 20 minutes long. Let's see if we can find another point. There we go, another one. So there you go, that's how you can stretch any song to whatever time you want. Now you go to File, Export, Export to Adobe Premiere Pro, the same name, Export. Then it takes you back to Premiere Pro. Press OK, you can rename it again, and as you can see down here, that's our song here. So that's what we had, 2 minutes 51. This is the new one, which should be about 20 minutes. Warp stabilizer. If you can have a look at the clips first to see what you think. Now we're gonna make it a little bit, well, try to make it smooth. So we're gonna slow down by 50%, and we're gonna press optical flow. It's gonna create some more frames to make it smoother. Move that out of the way because this one's gonna grow as well. I'm gonna do to all of them. Again, speed, duration, 50%. optical flow. Now the last one, right click, speed duration 50%, optical flow, and then here I'm gonna press right click, ripple delete, and then it should bring it back to the right place. If you try to use ripple delete and it doesn't work, it's because the sound. So if you lock the sound when the ripple delete doesn't work, lock on the sound and it should work. If you ever come across it, probably came across that already. So there you go. So now let me render this for preview. You press enter to render for preview. Alright, so that was 50% speed, so made it a lot smoother. Also using optical flow, obviously creates more frames and makes smoother again, but you can try to make even smoother with warp stabilizer. So if you go to, I'm already on effects, but if you go to effects and go down, warp stabilizer, just drag to the clip. All right, okay, so the clip obviously is being slowed down. So what we have to do, let me undo this. You have to nest it first. Name sequence 1 is fine. I'm gonna nest the second again. Could actually be turning into just one clip. Let me do it this way. Nest again. Sequence 2. You could nest all of them to become one clip, but that's fine. Right, so let me press enter again to render. Warp stabilizer. I'm gonna drag again. Now, as you can see, it works. It doesn't have any more messages. Let me drag to the second clip as well. Second clip and the third clip. So now it's analyzing in the background. This could kind of bring it would crop the picture a little bit, but it creates a really smooth video. But we'll crop slightly, and then you can choose. If you go to the effect controls here, you can change the settings for what you desire as well. Slow motion, smoothness by 50%. I never mess around with those features. I just let it do what it does. So 4% is gonna take a while to analyze this, but the end result is fantastic. Now this is with the warp stabilizer. Should be a lot smoother, but it crops in a little bit. Now just a few things that I struggled in the beginning. So you can see this blue kind of switch it on buttons. So when you're dragging, let's start from here. So you can see you've got 3 sequences here. If you press on the arrow down, you jump from sequence to sequence. And sometimes if you have voice or maybe pictures or something up here or whatever is in your timeline, if this is switched on, it will jump from sequence to sequence. If you turn that off, it will ignore and go to for example, whatever is on the timeline there. So A1, A2, which in this case, if I press it down now, instead going to the second clip here is gonna go to the end of the music because it's the only thing on the timeline now. So we're gonna press the arrow down, arrow up, goes to the beginning. If I turn that on, so this now is gonna, if I press it down, it's gonna jump from that clip to that clip. And it's the same thing when you have on your project. Let me go up here. So this video here. So if you, for example, you don't press A1, when you drag your clip, only is gonna bring your video. See, it doesn't bring the music with it. And then the same thing if you just, switch on the audio. When you drag it, only gonna bring the audio with it. So you've got to have those two switched on. And then again, you have the snapping timeline. So if you haven't got that, when you bring it, it doesn't snap in place. Another thing, let's say that you have a busy timeline here, so lots of clips and everything else. Generally, if you press on here, you're only gonna drag that clip. It's gonna go over the other one. Now, if you wanna, you have a really long timeline here, lots of different clips and everything else. Go here, track select forward tool, press on it, it will select everything forward and you can move everything forward. Another thing, if you want to drag another clip, say from here to in the middle of this, between those two clips, you press Ctrl and then you can drop it and that will go into place. It's gonna push everything forward. Now, if you don't want the music to cut like you did here, let me go back and I'll show you. Just press on a little padlock, go back again, grab the clip, press Ctrl. I think you use a MacBook, don't you? Whatever's is controlling your MacBook. So press that, drop it again, and this time the audio didn't have any cut on the audio. Everything else pushes forward, and that's it. Just a few things, mate. I hope it helps you out.